Hi friends and friendly subscribers, welcome back to my channel. This is Inner Hill Tarot, and today I want to talk about unboxing and silent flip through and hot takes of this The Faeries Oracle by Brian Froud and text by Jessica Macbeth. That has been, I think there is something going on in the internet, in the second-hand market, that has been disingenuous information going on, and somehow some people think that this deck is out of print and they got I don't know, misinformed, and they pay a lot of money for this deck that pre-loved. But when I check, this deck is actually not out of print, and it's still very much available in a lot of online stores. So and then I got curious, what is it about this deck that could command such a not genuine, disingenuine information like this? But also, how can people buy it? You know, is it like a different kind of addition between what's happening, what's available in the market now, with what's being sold in the internet, or it's just like a complete false hype? So let's try to unbox this and doing the flip through. And also I will do a hot takes, well, not personal, not hot takes, but personal take maybe. Is this deck is really meant to have a hype, something like that. So this deck comes with like hardcover book, which is like a lot of people who's selling it is like only selling the book, only selling the deck. I don't know what is going on, but I bought this book, this deck actually only like 20 quid, something like this, in one of the online retailers. So I was like, why people would pay hundreds of pounds, hundreds of dollars for this deck? I don't get it. Okay, let's see. So it's supposed to, the first edition is the year 2000, okay, granted, and the hardcover edition is October 2020. So it's 3 years ago. So maybe the year 2000, it's not hardcover book or something. I don't know what's going on. Oh, and Faeries copyright is also 1998. Someone telling me what is going on. Is it really different, the deck? Okay, that is just so weird. Let's check out the guidebook themselves. So there is like a lot of information going on, I think. Faeries and Oracle, the first step into Otherworld. Okay, there's a lot of story going on. I need to read it first, I think, and do like a decent what do you call it, a decent deep dive, because it looks like it has its own folklore about it, and it looks like a very decent guidebook in its own right, actually. Okay, and like I said, I'm not very familiar with the fairy realm, which is why it fascinates me why something that is not out of print can command such a high price. And also I think, I don't know if this mass market or independent deck. It's from Atria Books. Someone please tell me what is going on. Okay, so yeah, this is the hardbound book, which is, I think, is really good for the price. And I think if you want, you can still get it from a lot of online retailers. And if you're into fairy Fairy Oracle decks. I think it's a really good deck to have also, maybe, I don't know. So let's just start the silent flip through, guys. And if you're new to my channel, thank you. If you're stumbling upon into my my channel, thank you so much. Please don't forget to subscribe, share and comments, because that's the easiest way for you to be able to help me further along my channel. Okay, so let's start silent flip through this deck. Enjoy. Okay guys, we just finished a very quick silent flip through of the Faeries Oracle by Brian Froud, and the text by Jessica Macbeth. First of all, I would like to talk about the quality of the paper. It's not really good, it's quite thin and it's quite flimsy, and the quality of the colors in the print as well is not that it's not very clear for today's standard of a deck. I don't know, in the early 2000s probably it's still acceptable or something, but by today's standard I think it's kind of like, I don't want to say this to sound very cruel, but I think it's a bit lazy. the quality of the card itself. Something that kind of strikes me in a lot of mass market deck that's put so much effort in the guidebook and the story. Sometimes it's a real myth that they explain, but another time it's also up full of make-believe. Is that if you already put so much effort in the guidebook, then why don't you put the same effort on the cards, or even more? Because in the end of the day we use the card more than the guidebook, right? There's like, sometimes I feel a little bit disappointed when this kind of deck coming along, because the artwork itself, I find it quite beautiful. I mean, this part I don't understand, but probably it's about the sound of creation. Like, a lot of people say, I mean, also the teachers says that even like in the Bible said, the first word is sound, right? So it's like the first thing is the Big Bang. So our 3D creation started with sound. So probably this is what it's meant to be, because it has the singers of healing, of initiation, of courage. So maybe that is what coming from, like everything has to come with intention and the sound within ourselves. So like, I feel these cards is like to give a direction within ourselves and focus which way that we want to go, right? So after this, and the next cards are more like the archetype of the fairies themselves, I think, which is, I find the artwork in itself is really beautiful, and I'm wondering if they are printed in a beautiful quality paper with rose petal finish and probably a little bit gold foil embossed on it, just as what we do in 2023. I think this deck can be so much more elevated, you know, with the quality, and therefore I think can command higher price wise. But as it is, I feel that it is what it is, you know, it's worth 20 quid, not more, in my opinion. That's why I really don't understand why people pay and sell this deck for hundreds of pounds and dollars. Is there something missing from the first edition that came out in 1998 and 2000 that I don't know about, kind of thing, you know? Because it's possible, right? Like the Voyager Tarot, for example, the 1980s ones is much better than the recent ones, because the cards are smaller and the colors is really bad, remade and reprinted. The one that's still printed in Hong Kong in 1990s and 1986 and 1984 is much more superior in terms of color and size of the card. So I don't know, probably that is what is going on. Can someone please really enlighten me, because I really want to know about this, and the fact that I actually really enjoy this artwork, and it's kind of like, to me, one of this deck that make you enchanted and want to know more about fairy folks and fairy lore, kind of thing. Okay guys, that is my quick personal take of this deck. Please let me know what do you think of this video, and have you actually worked with this deck? What do you feel about it if you do, and if I make sense or not with my hot takes, and if it's like in the first edition in 2000, maybe the card is this big, you know, and this thick, like 350 GSM or whatever, then I kind of understand why they sell hundreds of pounds. But as it stands, I have to warn you, probably if you're really into this deck and want to know about fairy folklore, maybe try the online retailers first, because it's still pretty much available everywhere. So there's no need to pay hundreds of pounds to learn, because also it comes with a really thick hardback guidebook. Okay, so that's it guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please, if you do, don't forget to subscribe, share, and comments. Like always, thank you so much for your time, and see you in another video. Bye bye.